I spent way too much money on a handful of rare lures from an auction, such as an old school V3 flat shad Megabass spinnerbait, the impossible to get depths Sakamatada Shad, the crazy Jackal Chuck Crawl, the sick Megabass Knuckle LD, the old school MRX Megabass Griffon, and even an old school Megabass Vision 110 that's almost older than me. And instead of displaying them, I'm taking them out on the water to find out if bass will eat something that belongs in a display case. But before we get into today's action, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Whatnot for sponsoring today's video. If you haven't heard of it, Whatnot is the #1 live stream shopping app where you can buy, sell, and auction pretty much anything. There is a ton of different categories, so there is literally something for everyone, but you guys know me, my favorite is the outdoor gear and the fishing section. So I just joined into a live stream and they actually have a lure that I have been wanting for a while. So I'm about to place a bid and hopefully we're gonna take this thing home. The time is ticking. And boom, I just won and I have a new lure to add to my collection. Whatnot is one of the coolest ways for me to hang out with you guys live, and you can even buy gear directly from me. And big announcement, Black Friday Live is one of the biggest live shopping events of the year. And the best deals will be live on Whatnot. And I'm gonna be hosting my show on Black Friday the 28th at 6:30 p.m. It's already scheduled on my profile. So make sure you guys are following me. I'm gonna have some cool lures, some giveaways, and some crazy deals. If you guys want to join, you can use my link in the description or scan the QR code on screen and you will get a free $15 off your first purchase. I cannot wait to see you guys there. Like I said, that's gonna be Black Friday the 28th at 6:30 p.m. Now, let's go ahead, hit the water, and let's test out our lures. All right, well, I have made it out onto the pond. We have a very nice morning and I'm excited to catch some fish. We have a ton of super cool Japanese baits. And if I had to put them into categories, I would say we have some soft baits, we have some crankbaits, and then I would say we have our rarest bait that is actually pretty much as old as me. And I'm gonna be catching a fish on every single one of them today. I'm actually really excited for today. We have a lot of really cool lures and I got them all on Whatnot live stream auctions. And we have some baits that I've never seen, I've never thrown, and I've been having so much fun on there. So we're gonna start off with the Megabass Knuckle LD. It's a compact, shallow running crankbait with a super tight, high pitch wobble. It's completely silent, has a circuit board lip for instant action, and it's designed to trigger bites from pressured or finicky fish. So let's start making some casts here. I mean, this thing is beautiful. We have a very nice color, and I've never thrown this crankbait, so I have no idea what to expect. So here we go, first cast. Let's see if there's any fish in the pond that want a nice crankbait. A little reaction bite this morning. I'm very excited. Love throwing Japanese fishing gear, and I love testing new fishing gear, and I've never thrown a bunch of this stuff, so it's going to be interesting to see what eats it, but I do think we are going to get on them today. This crankbait definitely has a nice wobble to it. I can feel it all the way through the rod, and we have a pretty good color. The water is pretty muddy today, so I'm interested to see how the fish are going to react, but I do think that we have some really good baits, really good colors, and we're just going to be able to get on them. You know, this time of the year can be really good, but it also can be difficult. But I do have a feeling that today we are going to wax some fish with this stuff, which honestly, I think if we get it in front of one's face, it's not going to take long at all. The problem is getting it in front of one's face, because look how muddy the water is. So far, I'm really liking this crankbait. It has everything that you need. It's got that nice wobble. It can bounce off of stuff very easy. It looks really good. Now we just have to find a fish that wants to eat it. Oh, there's one. We're on. There we go. Absolutely smacked it. Come here, buddy. Come here. Get up here. Get up here. Yes. He's in the boat. Well, there we go. First fish of the day. I had to change up my tactics. You know, it's muddy. The water is down. I was throwing the crankbait everywhere and could not get a bite. So I decided to hit this bank line over here with some structure work it really slow, and this guy crushed it. Well, first one on the board. It's nothing crazy, but it's a good start to the day. And now we know they might be hugging close to some structure. So let's send this guy back. Thank you. See ya. Well, with that, I've knocked off our first lure. This nice little crankbait. I actually really like this thing. I think the color is great. It works really well. It has a very nice wobble. You can feel it all the way through the rod. And obviously, it gets reaction bites. So let's go ahead. Let's tie up our next lure. So next up, we have the Megabass V3 Flat Shad. And as you guys can tell, this is in the old school packaging. I don't think they make these anymore. It's very unique. There's a ton of Japanese lettering all over this thing, and I've actually never thrown this version. It's got a super thin, flat profile head design, so it slips through cover easy. It has steady tracking, it dives and cuts clean through the water, even in tight spots. It's got a single big blade that's going to put off a lot of flash and vibration. Well, I won't lie, I'm pretty excited for this one. I love throwing spinner baits, and I have yet to use this one, and I don't really throw them with just one blade, but I'm interested to see how the fish react to this thing. Let's see, can we get a bite on this? I think this is gonna be really good, you know. It is a little muddy out, so I do think that they're gonna be able to find this extremely easy because it's gonna be flashing, it's gonna be vibrating. There's a fish, first cast, feels like a good one. Oh my gosh, the spinnerbait, first cast, you gotta be kidding me. Feels like a decent one. Oh no, he spit it. Dang it, dang it. We all knew that I couldn't catch one first cast, right? Something had to go wrong. Something had to go wrong. If he would just stayed hooked. Is that another one? Oh my gosh, I feel like I just got bit again. Spinnerbait might be the move here. Wow. I'm liking this thing so far. We got a bite first cast, and then I think I just got another bite. This could be the move here. Oh, oh, it does bounce off of cover really good. I'm digging this little spinnerbait. I really am. It's a little bit heavier than the size that I usually throw, but it does not seem to be a big problem. Let's see if we can't get another bite here. Man, it does bounce off of stuff really good. I'm impressed, really impressed. Can't believe we almost had one first cast. That like never happens, like never happens. Of course he got off, you know, it was too easy. You know, you can't catch on first cast. That's too easy. We have to work for it. We gotta work for it. I don't get given nothing around here. We gotta work for it. The way that this thing bounces off of structure is actually very impressive. Like, I have yet to get snagged and I'm throwing it in the trees. It just, it hits them and bounces off. It's great. Oh, there's one. We're on, up shallow. Absolutely crushed it. Absolutely crushed the spinnerbait. That was crazy. Man, they love this thing. They love this thing. Come here. We're not losing you. You just cannot go wrong when it comes to a spinnerbait. And this one's actually very impressive. I mean, look how thin it is. It just bounces right off of stuff, and it makes it a perfect target for these fish. See you, buddy. Thank you. Man, I like this thing a lot. I might have to scour for some more of these things. Truthfully, I like this color, but I would like it to be a silver blade. I'm a big silver blade kind of guy, but I do really like this spinnerbait. Very impressed with this bait right here. I mean, it's got that really thin profile, so it just bounces off of stuff extremely easy. And the fish were absolutely chewing it up. I mean, we literally had one first cast, he got off, but then we came over here where it was shallower and it didn't catch grass and it didn't snag trees, and it just got right in that strike zone and caught us a fish. So now let's tie up our next lure. So next up, we have the Megabass MRX Griffon. It's compact, a mid-depth crankbait known for its crazy pinball action. It bounces off a cover, it kicks out hard, and snaps right back into its tight, aggressive wobble. Even though it's tiny, it throws a ton of water and has been a classic that collectors love and bass can't ignore. So I won't lie, it kind of pains me to open this packaging because this truly is a collector's piece, because this thing was actually made in 2003. That's actually the year I was born. So we are the same age right here, and it's been in the box. So I'm about to open it, sadly, but it's gonna be fun to fish with it. You guys are gonna have to drop a comment down below. Would you actually fish with this, or would you keep it in the package? And sadly, I'm gonna open mine. I'm gonna fish with it. You know, it's a lure, it's meant to be fished. I am gonna try and open it as gentle as possible though. although it pains me. Just listen. Ah, sad. All right, let's just slide it out here. I would like to say I opened that extremely well. Like, obviously you can tell it's been opened, but from the front, you would never tell. So most likely after I catch a fish on this thing, I'm just gonna slide it back in there, glue it back together, and put it in my collection because I love this stuff. I didn't even know that JDM stuff like this was like collector's items until I got on Whatnot, and now I'm honestly kind of addicted, and I've been buying so many cool lures and having so much fun in these live auctions. I can say this is a beautiful little bait. It's like a nice chartreuse color. There's a little bit of green around the eyes. It says 2003 on there, and just listen to this thing. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for collecting lures, but personally, I like to catch a fish on mine before I put them in the box and display them. That is exactly what we are going to do. Let's see if anything wants this little crankbait. I have high hopes for this. It's a great color for this water clarity, and it's the perfect size for these fish to see it and just absolutely light it up. Yeah, it is really cool to get to fish with this stuff. You know, this is from 2003. I don't think they make these anymore. I think they still make the brand of the crankbait, but they don't make this specific one. Super excited to catch one on this thing. Oh, there's one. There it is. There it is. We got one. There it is. Smoked it too. Up shallow. Gosh, that was so sick. Get up here, buddy. Bring me my collector crankbait. That's as old as me. Oh gosh. Get up here. Yes. Well, that was a super cool catch because this bait isn't made anymore, you know? This is a 2003 model. I think they've changed it since, and it's just cool to catch a fish on something that is just not around and kind of hard to get your hands on. But nice little fish, absolutely lit up the crankbait. That was super fun. Thank you, buddy. That was a nice little dive. He just, you know? Well, I really like this thing. It looks good. It's a nice color. It's a great size, and it's just a cool little piece. I'm gonna slide this thing back in the box. You're not even gonna be able to tell that I took it out, and I'm gonna put it in my collection. And truthfully, like I said, I've been in so many Whatnot shows just looking at these rare and discontinued JDM baits, and it honestly makes me want to build my collection. So super cool. Let's move on to our next lure. So next up we have the Jackal Chuck Crawl, and it's in a very cool packaging with lots of Japanese lettering on there. It's a compact, high action crawfish bait designed to move water and get bit fast. It's got wide flapping claws that kick hard on the fall, and when you drag it, whether you're fishing a pressured pond or a big lake, this crawl is one of those simple and deadly ones that just flat out catches fish. All right, well, here we have our Chuck Crawl. This is actually a really cool looking crawl bait. It's really big and it has a very unique color to it, so we're gonna see what the fish think about it. But you know, with it getting colder, I feel like there definitely should be some fish hanging around on the bottom in the deep, so I don't think this is gonna take long. The only problem is I don't know how they're gonna like this color, so we really just gotta get this thing in their face. But I think it's gonna put off a ton of action, so I'm not real worried. Ooh, I thought I just got bit right there, I'm not gonna lie. I was about to say another first cast catch almost. That'd been crazy. Oh, did one just pick it up? That felt really weird. Oh, one did just pick it up. There we go, we're on with the Chuck Crawl. That took no time at all. Oh my gosh. Man, some of these lures are legit. Wow. Once I kind of figured out what the fish were doing, it's been on. Man, this little crawfish bait was actually super cool. Love the color, love the design. There's a lot going on, but it makes it such a good target for these fish. Nothing crazy, but a nice one. See you, buddy. Well, these are actually really cool crawl baits. This was the 4-inch, and I don't know what color because it's in Japanese, but super cool. Worked extremely well and did not take long at all. But now let's move on to our next bait. So next up we have the impossible to find Depths Sakamatada Shad. These things are one of the most popular baits on the market, and the supply and demand for these things is actually ridiculous. It's a darting soft plastic shad bait built for aggressive underwater jumping action. It has a crazy realistic action that looks like a real bait fish, and it is one of the most deadly baits right now. So here it is, the Sakamatada Shad, one of the most popular lures right now, and it is just extremely deadly. I have this thing on a little jig head, and that's what we're gonna do with it. So let's see if we can't get some bites here. This should not take long. This bait has been just insane. Everywhere you go, everyone you talk to, something is said about this lure right here, and people go crazy for them. It's just a nice little shad profile. I'm just gonna sit here and I'm just gonna bounce this thing and wait for a fish to come and smoke it. Got a pretty good color. This all white, one of my favorites, my go-to for any bait like this. Yeah, I never really understood the hype about this bait until I started throwing it, and then I was like, wow, it's actually pretty good. Now, do I think it is as hyped up as they say? No, but it still is a really good bait, and I like it. I mean, you can throw it a bunch of different ways, but this jig head way is definitely the most popular. It's a popular forward-facing sonar lure, but I have fluke styled it. I have jig headed it, if that's even a word, and it gets bites. It gets bites, no doubt about it. I will be offended if they don't eat this thing because they're so hard to find. You know what I had to go through to get this bad boy? Yeah, lots of stuff. So these fish better light this thing up. There's one. There's one. We're on with the Sakamata, baby. He hammered it. Absolutely hammered it. That was sick. Oh gosh, don't spit it. Don't spit it. Come here. That was so cool. Man, this bait is so effective. Quit jumping. Quit jumping. Man, I got a perfect hook set on this fish. Wow. Get up here. I mean, that should tell you how effective this bait is. Look at how deep it is in that fish's mouth. And just a perfect top of the face hook set. Absolutely beautiful. He tried to light this thing up. Gotta love the old Sakamatada Shad, one of the most popular baits right now. And for good reason, but it claims our new biggest fish of the day, I think, which is not saying much, but hey, we'll take it. I appreciate you. Oh gosh, he was stuck on my thumb and he just decided to go crazy. Hard to find? Yes. Overhyped? Maybe. Do they catch fish? Definitely. The Sakamatada Shad has become one of the most popular baits for good reason, I feel like. It's just so effective, and with everything that's going on with forward-facing sonar, these minnow style baits, it has become so dominant. And I actually love these things. They're just very hard to find, but we found some in a live stream and pulled the trigger and got some. So super, super cool bait. It doesn't look like much, but it is just, it's so good. Let's go ahead and let's throw our last lure, and I am most excited for this one. This one is a special bait. Right here we have a rare 2004 Megabass Vision 110 in a coffin box. Apparently these are very hard to get, and they don't even put these lures in this type of packaging anymore. So this is definitely a collector's item and definitely a little difficult to get your hands on. But the Vision 110 is one of the most popular jerk baits of all time. It is legendary status. It has a perfect twitching and pausing action to make it look very realistic and like a real shad. And we even have this thing in a pretty rare color. And again, this is one of those baits that's almost the same age as me. So it's pretty cool to know that people collect this kind of stuff from whenever it first came out, because it's just crazy to think that this stuff is worth some money now. You know, it's wild. Just so beautiful. Look at that. Look at the presentation. The presentation is key. It comes in this nice little box. So sick. Well, here it is. Super rare, super cool. And look at the color on that thing. There's like some purple, some flash, some orange, just a beautiful looking jerk bait. And we're about to put it to the test and see if this baby can actually catch fish, or if it's just that collector's item, you know? I think that this is not going to take long. This bait has been getting it done for me. Not this specific one, but their newer models. You don't really see a whole lot of this older stuff anymore. So it's really cool to know that people still collect and sell this stuff. So obviously I'm going to put this thing back in the box, keep it as a collectible, but right now it has a job to do. It's got to catch a fish. Every collectible I have, it has to catch a fish before it sits on the shelf. I think that's the only way to justify spending money on them. Let's see if we can't find one with the old Vision 110. I'm actually hyped up. This is a great color. Lots of bluegill in this pond, so I do think that they're going to eat this thing pretty quick. Can't say, there is something really cool yet a little stressful with throwing these older lures. Just to know that this thing has not been fished probably since it came out is kind of crazy to think about, because when I buy fishing lures, they're out of the package like first day and I'm throwing them out there for little green fish to eat. But someone buys these and is like, I'm gonna hold on to it and display it. Pretty insane, honestly. Pretty cool though, you know? I definitely like the idea of collecting lures. I do, but I also think that they need a story behind them. So this thing doesn't have a story behind it yet. We got to get a fish on it, and then we can put it on a shelf to collect and look at. But it has to catch a fish first. That's just how it goes. Whoever eats this is going to be a very special fish, because this is an old bait. They don't make these anymore. Who's going to be... Oh, I just snagged it. Never mind. Nobody can eat it when it's on a log. Huh. Can't have nice things. Cannot have nice things. This is why. Oh, there's one. Is that one? No, I am snagged. Oh boy, I am snagged with my rare, expensive lure. This is not good. Oh no, I feel pretty good about this spot right here. Definitely has potential. Oh, there's fish. Just kidding, it is another snag. I love snagging trees with expensive, rare stuff. It's incredible to fish with history in your hands, but when the bites don't come, you start to wonder if maybe these lures are just better off left in the box. Yeah, I'm just kidding. This thing is way too cool not to catch a fish on it. So the last pond, they were not really wanting to eat it. I don't know why. Maybe it was the water clarity. So I've changed ponds and we're about to catch a fish on this thing. There's one. We're on. We're on. Feels decent. Stay on, buddy. Stay on. Stay on for me. Stay on for me. He's barely hooked. Stay on for me. Stay on for me. Get up here. Yes. Well, there we have it. Our 2004 Collector's Edition Vision 110 claims a victim. Super, super cool. Thank you, buddy. Well, today was a really fun day out on the pond fishing with lures that I got from Whatnot Auctions. Some that I've just never used before, and some that are actually pretty rare and go for crazy amounts of money on eBay. But I got some really good deals on Whatnot. I also got to interact with some really cool sellers and find something that I didn't even know existed, and now I have to grow my own collection. But like I said, Black Friday the 28th, 6:30 p.m. I'm going to be holding my Black Friday show on Whatnot. There's going to be a ton of cool lures, a ton of great deals, and I hope to see you guys there. But huge shout out to Whatnot for sponsoring today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and a comment. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.